Hey everyone, you are listening to Beyond the Ring podcast, and this is the Impact Wrestling review. So, this week's Impact Wrestling was a very different and interesting show. I liked this show, it was a pretty good show, I would say, and lots of things moving on. And Slammiversary was fantastic. It was a one hell of a show. It was great. It was excellent. The matches were so good. I mean, lots of interesting moments as well in the show as well. Lots of returns. So the important return that we had was the Jay White return, which I didn't expect a bit, and that was shocking. And I was kind of thinking that this is a line. This is gonna be the way the story is going, and that's the way actually the story is going. The Bullet Club leader versus the former Bullet Club leader. So that's kind of this thing is going. So that's a very really fun. So that actually made this show very interesting. Actually, in wrestling department, I would say it was a pretty basic show. I would say the Impact does, and not something special or something in the matches front. I would say, but apart from that, the segments and the storylines build up and the angles played out was pretty well. I would say in this week's Impact Wrestling. So we get into this show. That was my initial thoughts. We get into the matches one by one. We get into the first match, which was Chris Bay versus Rohit Raju. So we know how the exhibition is so good in Impact Wrestling, and this is one of the pioneer thing of the Impact Wrestling. So this match was good to watch. It was a basic thing that Impact does, and it's very well done by Impact. And this is one or two guys who are so good. This is one of the best exhibition guys, Chris Bay and Rohit Raju. I was very actually interested to see Rohit Raju as exhibition champion, or but maybe Ace Austin as well. But that isn't wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. Josh Alexander retained the championship, so that was also one hell of a match, opening match at Slammiversary. If you have not checked out my Slammiversary review, please do check out, guys. It's there in my YouTube channel, and I hope you like it. So getting into this. Continuing my review, so this show actually this match actually was very competitive, lots of reversal, counter reversal that we expect upon, lots of high flying moments, lots of pacing in this match. And in the end, we saw Bay looks for the art of finish, his finisher, that cutter, but Rohit catches him in a leg sweep and cross face. And Rohit looks for a drive by, but Bay lifts him up the forearm slot, and he opts into the art of finish for a decisive victory that Chris Bay got. And Jay White then meets him afterwards, post match. That was interesting. And I mean, I'm reacting like this because I haven't been spoiled. I know that there's been spoils for Impact's taping results, and I didn't check out a bit. And there's NXT as well, the tapings result as well for 2 weeks. I didn't check out because I don't want to spoil, man. Because there's always it's already spoiled. The takeover main event is spoiled. The SummerSlam is spoiled. All things. If you think about, like, if internet is not there, if we are not in Twitter, we don't know about these things. And till now I have not been spoiled. I don't want to get into that. So anyways, I know where this angle is gonna be playing out, but I don't want to be like reacting like that. So Chris Bay actually was offered him a spot in Bullet Club because Jay White sees him a very good talent that represents Bullet Club's ambition and the vision. So Bay then rejects that, but White leaves it in the air that he has a time to think. It's not a lot of time. He can think, and he can say in the limited time period if he's ready to join the Bullet Club. So that was a pretty interesting segment, small segment, a pretty fun match too. And we get to the Mickey James segment. Before that, we got Don Callis is interviewed and expressing his concern over Omega's injuries because of Sami Callihan. He's a monster. He should mental. He's a mental psychopath, he says. And Don Callis, standard Don Callis promo. It was fun to hear. Not a lot of time they took upon. We get to the Mickey James next address return actually. We do know that why she came about, maybe for a match, and that's or maybe to bring about Deanna Perez into NWA Empower, which is all women's pay-per-view happening on August 27th. And Mickey James segment was shown upon the Slammiversary segment, which she kicked Deanna Perez at the end. And she actually invites Deanna Perez once again, and she actually offers the thing the offers the to invite her into the NWA Empower again. She wants Diana Purrazzo to represent NWA Empower, and but Diana Purrazzo is kind of pissed off because what she because of disrespect that she showed in Slammiversary, and she actually kicked as well. So she wants to apologize for that, and if she not, she would be slapping her as. Things were getting tense. Gail gives music hits, and Gail reveals that it was her idea to send Mickey out for the offer. So kind of the situation got cold, and they finally had a handshake. Diana hesitantly matches it, and Diana is booked for NWA Power. And uh, I think so Mickey James's Diana Purrazzo is gonna be the match happening on NWA Empower, because kind of they are going to they are teasing it that, and she's going to wrestle. That was confirmed in the NWA episodes. So that's a thing. A pretty good segment, I would say. It was entertaining. It was an entertaining segment. It was a storyline driven segment. I like that. And we get to next match, which was a 6% tag team match. Brian Myers, Sam Beal, and Daniel Dashwood versus Jake Something, Matt Cardona, Chelsea Green. Fallout of the Slammiversary. Again, this match is happening. I mean, this match was a average match, I would say, not a very good match like they had with when we didn't have Jake Something in Slammiversary. It was Chelsea who entered this match. It's a unprettier on Beal instead of Daniel Dashwood and at Slammiversary, and get the victory. A decent average match, I would say. Nothing to say about. We get to an Eddie Edwards segment where Eddie Edwards reminds Morrissey of Slammiversary, where he suffered blows from a chain. He invites him to the pub because he hit the if you remember, he hit the chain and got the victory on Eddie Edwards at Slammiversary. So he's kind of have want to get a revenge, so he's inviting him to parking lot to settle the beef. So they write Eddie Edwards right about getting to the parking lot, and Morris is there, and they actually started to have the match, a parking lot brawl. I liked it. I mean, this was a kind of environment where this is a new thing for Impact Wrestling. Not a lot of things we not a lot of parking lot brawl in the recent memory that we have seen. So that was a very uncalled for. So that kind of thing, that was good, and the fans were there as well to cheer up. So that was good. So had a good thing. So it was a smash mouth kind of thing. A unique match come segment, you can say, where they were attacking with trash cans with cables choking out, and he reveals two kendo sticks and backstab against Morrissey, and Morrison heads out to the crowd as chants for Eddie. And that was the segment. It was much less as a match and more of a segment, I would say. So a very unique segment, very entertaining segment that got about for me. I was totally into it. And we get to Myers Beal and Tennant interviewing by Myers brushes off the loss that he had got, and Tennant dumps Myers for a homecoming, and Myers blames Beal, who claims he can find him a new partner, as uh, they are done with Myers, and Myers don't want to get into Myers. They don't want Myers situation, because I think they're gonna be having another match at Homecoming, which is gonna be at in July 30th, I guess. July 30, I think so. Let me check. Yeah, it's a July 30. So yeah, so next week I think so. It's a Impact Homecoming. So yeah, so that's they are not going to having. So we get to the next segment, which was the most interesting and the talking point of this show. Switchblade comes up in the Impact Zone, and Jay White introduces himself to chorus of cheers by the fans, the crowd, and the crowd really made the difference for the show, man. And it's all promotions, man. They're making the difference. We know that how Raw is and how. But still, it's a kind of bearable right now because of the crowd. Even though with the bad bookings and all, Monday Night Raw the WWE is doing, but yeah, So again, this he introduced himself. He takes credit for selling out Madison Square Garden and being the first ever Grand Slam champion. This kind of accomplishments he tells about, as well as the current never open weight champion. And he makes it clear that he is here for David Finley, because we saw they cut off, we think so, after the pay-per-view they weren't cut off, it was intentional, kind of a cliffhanger they did it. So after that we saw David Finley comes up, kind of, and uh, he was attacked by Jay White by the switchblade, that is in his finisher actually. And that's he's here for David Findlay, and he's also happened to meet who he claims are Bullet Club's biggest fans in the Super Elite, and he calls the Good Brothers nothing without Bullet Club affiliation, and he rejects their application for the group, but will allow them to repeal his appeal. He says, and the brothers Callis and Omega make their entrance because of a lot of blabbering by Jay White. They didn't like it, and Callis looks back on young Jay White and early Bullet Club. Callis mentions how all three of his guys were there and offers him a spot in the Elite, but White questions if Callis works here or not. White reminds everyone that he won against Omega in their last encounter. So they are going with the same storyline that we have guessed. That the leader versus former leader kind of thing. The Good Brothers take over and take credit for giving Jay White a stable to capitalize on. They seek acknowledgement, but White isn't having it, and he roasts them, and they brawl, and he's outnumbered. But Chris Bay hits a ring and makes a save. So Chris Bay is joining, kind of joining the Bullet Club of Jay White. So I don't know, maybe this is gonna be Jay White versus Kenny Omega. That's gonna be the thing, I think so, in the next pay-per-view. And in the meanwhile, I think so the David Finlay story could be played out, and the tag team situation with Chris Bay will also be played out for Impact. So lots of things, lots of matches we can see from Jay White. So that's entertaining. That's very good for Jay White as well to see him in Impact Wrestling. So that's a very intriguing angle. So the storyline angle was very good, a hot angle, a very huge, fresh thing that they actually display they actually had. And Josh Alexander gets interviewed, and on his upcoming plans, and Omega walks through and is insulted that Josh views himself as the face of the company, and Omega calls him the lightweight champion. You're the X division, you're the lightweight champ. So kind of disrespecting him, not respecting him as the X division champion. So maybe we could get a title versus title match. We can expect that as well. So that's an angle that's a pretty great match, man. This is a very different kind of wrestling, if you would say. Kenny Omega is kind of a very striker kind of wrestler, if you would say, a smart wrestler, where Josh Alexander is very technical in sound, very technical wrestler. So very different kind of style that we didn't thought about. Would gonna be a great match if they do about in a pay-per-view or something. Josh Alexander versus Kenny Omega, and that's the thing. And we get to a tag team situation: Ace Austin and Madman Fulton versus Finn Juice. So before that, I want to say you that the Jay White and Chris Bay versus Good Brothers maybe could be the thing going forward. Maybe they could have Impact World Tag Team Championship match as well, maybe. And maybe till Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory is in October, I guess. So till that, they would be dragging upon this storyline. So kind of a long-term storytelling there. Let's see how it goes, because there's a match that's being challenged, because Good Brothers is challenging Jay White and Chris Bay to a match next week. So that's confirmed actually, and that's actually confirmed. Not and we get to the next match, which was tag team match: Ace Austin, Madman Fulton facing up against Finn Juice. So we know Finn Juice had a squash match at Slammiversary, kind of a continuation there. Finn Juice return hype up, so Finn Juice got the victory here. Yeah, Juice actually jabs Ace before knocking him down with a straight hand, and Juice flies at Fulton, who catches him with but Juice rolls into a pinfall to get the victory. After the match, we saw Rohit and Shera, the team, actually come up again. Rohit and Shera actually helps Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. The four team is still there, and they actually attacks Finn Juice, and both teams lay out Finn Juice. So that was the thing. So lots of angles that had been played out. So that was kind of good to watch through the brawl and all, and the storyline angle was the main thing of the show, and it was good, and the wrestling was also decent, which made up through this episode as a pretty good, I would say. And good tag team, I would say. nice match there by the Finjuice, and we get to the main event. And before that, we saw Swan and Mac are offering BBD and another challenge before the lights flicker, and they are attacked by Maniacal Stable. So Eric Young, BBD is gonna challenge Swan and Mac, and this match is confirmed for next week as well. And Moose is looking for Scott Demore and demanding a rematch against Chris Sabin, because we know Chris Sabin got the victory, fluke victory that he think about, but he outsmarted Moose. That's a point as well. And Sabin approaches Moose and says they can fight without Demore anywhere, anytime, and they are booked next week for Impact's main event, and that's gonna be a good match. I think so. Last time they had, I thought about this book, very underrated match. I was thinking about gonna be. I was not interested, but the match, man, it was so underrated actually, and was so good. I didn't think about that would be a match of the one of the match that I liked upon in Slammiversary. So that was good. Maybe they can book. They can bring about the same magic, just kind of Slammiversary next week's main event. That would be good as well. I mean, I'm down with rematches if they are very good, but not too much rematches, because we know how the story is because of that roll up pin that Chris Sabin got. That's why the story is going on. We know that. So maybe have one or yeah, one, and then finish it over with, and that's my thinking. So we get to the main event, and main event for the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship. Before that, I was gonna I want to have share and update that Fire and Flavors Kiera Hogan actually is leaving Impact Wrestling. It's a personal reason for her, as I actually read about. So she's leaving. She's taking a break from the wrestling. So that's I wish all the best. They were really getting along really well, and I was liking them as a tag team, and they were really working as a very good heel tag team, and had a very good reign as well. I mean, yeah, very entertaining as well. Good tag team reign, and I don't know how justifying would be Rosemary and Havoc. Let's see how it would be. Till now, I'm not liking that much very well, and we had Taylor White's return as well. So and let's see how it would be if she would be in the knockouts tag team picture, or the knockouts main title women's championship picture. Let's see. But knockout championship picture, let's see. And Fire and Flavor versus Rosemary and Havoc, Kiera Hogan's last match in Impact Wrestling. This was a match where I thought about that any angle would be played out about where Tasha Steelz turns on Kiera Hogan, but it was not like that. Rosemary and Havoc were dominating. Fire and Flavor got some offense here and there, but they had a miscommunication, and that's pretty much explainable because of the situation is going on. Kiera looks for a super kick but connects with her partner, kind of a miscommunication, and Rosemary hits an assisted spear, allowing Havoc to get the victory. And post match didn't happen anything didn't any it wasn't anything that happened, and it was the end of the main event, end of the show. Talking about the main event, I expected a very good main event, but it was not like that. I thought about this is a decent main event, very same kind of matchup, and not a really good match, like a very interesting match that I thought about as a main event, but it is what it is. So that was the show, this week's Impact. I hope you like this review, guys. And what's your thoughts on Jay White's storyline, man? I'm very intrigued to see this storyline. I'm very hooked to this storyline, and this would be a storyline where viewers are gonna be hooked to Impact, and maybe New Japan wrestling fans as well, watching Impact Wrestling more on the weekly basis. So that's because we know that last 2 to 3 weeks before Impact had a lowest rating, kind of three 300,000 200,000 kind of viewers. So I don't think so that's going to be happening. So it is what it is, man. I hope you like this review. Please like this review, share this review with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, be safe, stay energetic, peace.